Hi, welcome to the course on design and implementation of online experiments. I'm Stefano Balietti and we will use nodeGame to create amazing experiments. But first, we need to prepare the environment for you to run nodeGame and create those amazing experiments. We'll start from the beginning, but first let me tell you why you should do that. Because nodeGame has a lot of good stuff. It's a powerful API that gives you both low-level access to details as well as a high overview of what you want to do. It has an integrated JS database, which means you don't need to install an external database, but you may if you wish so. A very good feature is highly scalable and fast, so it allows you to run very large-scale experiments. It has a modular design which allows for widgets, games level. It's a well-documented wiki and an active forum. It integrates well with Amazon Mechanical Turk and it has one-click install for the DigitalOcean cloud. We will go through all these features throughout the course, but let's start with what comes first. What do you need to run nodeGame, and who developed that actually? It's me, that nice funny little guy over there on the left-hand side, and a bunch of other people, friends and collaborators who helped me throughout the years. Thanks to you. Why is it called nodeGame? Very easy. It comes from the technology it uses. It's called Node.js, which you might have heard of. It is a technology which is particularly suited to run interactive games and online because it is based on the Chrome V8 JavaScript engine, and of course it has been updated throughout the years. Which makes it very efficient to handle many requests at the same time, and also because it's another good reason why we're going to use Node.js, because it's very large, actually probably the largest ecosystem of open source libraries in the world. To run nodeGame, you need two things. You need Node.js, of course, but you also need Git. You don't strictly need it, but it makes your life a lot easier if you develop games, and also gives you access to the development version of the game, which has the latest features. Windows users also benefit from the fact that they can use the Git bash. And this is what I'm gonna see now, how to install those games. Just a second, let's get to the browser. Oh, here it is. This is the Git website. It looks nice. It tells you it's an amazing piece of software, which I agree with. And here on the bottom right corner there is this screen that tells you can download it. You can click on it and it will tell you what to do. We're not going to download it right here because I already have it, but you should do it. Follow the instructions, pretty straightforward. Next piece of software, it is Node.js. This is the website nodejs.org. And you have two options here, the LTS and the current version. I recommend you can try both, but I recommend you the LTS because it's more stable, means long-term service that they offer for maintaining bugs, upgrading, and if you have any requests, they actually very helpful. And once you have both, you can try the Git bash to begin with. Let's see, you have installed Git. You install Node.js. Let's try to see what we have now. Go here, you type git bash, or you just start typing Git. It tells you all the Git software that you have installed. You're going to click on git bash. You're going to open a window like this, a black window, which might be a little bit scary. So let's make it even bigger, even scarier. Bigger font, not so scary after all. So you see three things here. One thing is green, one thing is purple, one thing is yellow, and actually there's a fourth thing which is white and it's blinking. It's very good that it's blinking. It means it's active, so you can type stuff and the computer talks back to you. For example, you can say hello, echo hello, and the computer is very kind to say hello back. Now this is not maybe the most useful command, but it shows you, gives you an idea of what you can do. You can type commands here and the computer interprets them and executes them and you get the output out of it. Why can't you just double click on stuff? Because this is much more powerful and gives you greater access to the resources of your system, and you want to exploit them full scale. So let's try to understand how this thing works. So you will need to learn a few commands which are available on the slides. One, it is useful to know where you are. It's called pwd, which means print working directory. It just tells you where you are. It tells you now that I'm in the directory balistef, which is my home directory. And this piece of information, you have it also from this yellow character, which is called tilde, which means your home directory. So if I change directory with the change directory command, and I go, for example, into the downloads directory, you see now that the yellow part got updated to reflect the fact that I am now in the downloads directory. You might want to know what's inside the downloads directory. There's a command called list, which is abbreviated with ls. So you type ls, and it tells you all the stuff that I have. Quite a bunch of stuff. Some papers, some, I don't know, movies, and so on. So all this list, which is very long, is exactly the same that I have in my directory as shown by the Windows system. Right? Very good. So at this point, we are ready to do something, which is downloading nodeGame, a nodeGame installer. So we go back to the nodeGame website. This is the home page. The current version at the time I'm running this video is 5.11, but I guess something new is coming up soon. So you click on the install up here button. It tells you what you need to have. You need to have Node.js, Git, and npm, which comes also with Node.js. So let's check whether we have these things. So we have Git because we have the Git bash. Good. So, but let's double check nonetheless. So let's type git -- version. Good. It tells you that I have a certain version of Git, which confirms what we're supposed to do here. Do we have Node? Yes, we do. I have the version 12. Very good. Though I also have npm, which is the Node package manager. It's useful to install software and libraries for nodeGame, also for Node.js in general. And let's see if I have it as well. Some spans. Do I have it? Yeah, I have it, version 6 something. If you also have these three packages, these three pieces of software, you can go ahead and download and install nodeGame. Here. So a bit below, under the installation section, there is a link for the installer. You click and you save it. Now it got saved in my download folder. I can now execute it. So to execute it, it is a Node.js file. You need to start typing node, which we proved we have, and then you type the name of the file, which it was called nodeGame installer. So if you can start typing the name and then you press tab, it will auto-complete it for you. nodeGame, it stopped at nodeGame. It means that there is another file which creates ambiguity. So if you double tab, it tells you all the nodeGame file which I have here. So I have a nodeGame.css, and I have two copies of my nodeGame installer, one which got renamed. So I already had one, and by downloading another one, it got renamed with the 1 suffix. So what you have to do, it just tells you what you want to have. So you want to have the one which is the installer, which has a dash. So you can press tab. So the next unambiguous completion is installer. So it can better be the one or the default one. We want to have the default one. So here we have. and you can simply type enter at this point. And you see that it's downloading and installing nodeGame packages. This is the part which was hidden by the scroll. This is the amazing creator of nodeGame. This is the software website, the license, and a lot of other information you can have. It's important, probably the most important is the forum, where you can you can post questions and get replies. And while this is installing, might take a few minutes. Actually, it takes shouldn't take longer, but we are gonna stop here and resume from when it's stopped.